Hello, everyone. You're listening to the Socially Desi Show, the podcast that motivates you to live, create, and inspire. If this is your first time here, welcome. On our show, we discuss tips and strategies with our guest speakers on how to tackle problems related to personal growth, mental health, relationships, entrepreneurship, and health and fitness. So hit that subscribe button and go check out our website at sociallydesi.com for more of such content. Today, I'm joined by Aaron. He's an actor and the voice of Sova from our favorite FPS game, Valorant. Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. How's it going?
How's it going in London?
It is cold and freezing, but it is good. I'm staying
All
in,
right.
so it's all good. How about you?
Same here. Similar situations. It's cold. It's pretty cold in Delhi for now.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we do get some sun during the day.
Oh, lucky
But
guys. Lucky.
but yeah, it's still cold. But just one more month, and then it's gonna be scorching hot. So
Well, I wish I could say that about England, but I can't. So I am jealous.
so do you spend most of your time in England, or do you keep
Yeah.
traveling?
No. I do spend most of my time in London. I did just come back from Israel, which is where my mother lives and my family, friends and family are. But when I came back, it was coming from 22 degrees to -1. So it was a serious
Huge,
kind of shock. Yeah.
huge tip. Yeah. But how
um,
are things right now in London? Are things opening up? Are still, people are still indoors, or they're moving out?
No, things are still closed. People are still indoors. It's kind of, I really didn't know what to expect when I came back from Israel because I'd
Hmm.
only heard about the new variant from there. And then when I came back, it just seems that everybody's really trying to stay indoors. People are very scared. Not very scared, but they're just like very cautious, very cautious about
Yeah.
where to go, what to do. So, over the weekends, you will see people in the parks, but other
Hmm.
than that, it's not like people are going, there's nothing to buy. All the stores are closed, the restaurants are closed, it's all indoors. Is it the same over in India?
Things have opened up in India. To be frank, people are moving out, businesses are open. But
Wow.
yeah, I mean, of course, the thing is that people are still making sure that we maintain that social distancing. Wearing
Mm,
masks is compulsory. You have
yeah.
huge fines if you're not wearing masks.
Right,
So
right, right.
all those things are there. But yeah, I mean, it's not as strict as it is in the UK. But but yeah, I mean, things have pretty much opened up here. And I
Oh,
remember last time when we spoke, I was in a cab, and I was I was going somewhere, and it was like jam packed, and you were like, wow, everything is opened up.
I
There,
was, yeah, I was very surprised. And like I said, I wish I could be there right next to you, but yeah, another time I'll come to India.
soon, soon. We wish that too.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, the Valorant community knows about you, but to the other, part of the audience, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right. Well, hi, I'm Aaron. Aaron Vodovoz. I'm an actor and voice actor, and I played the voice of Sova in Valorant. And this is actually my first video game, or so to speak. I think I've done. No, I definitely have done a couple of other video games, but they were so much more smaller in kind of scope. And this has been the first kind of proper big AAA kind of thing, which I'm super excited and happy about.
Perfect. And how different was it for you, like the experience when it comes to doing video game voiceovers rather than doing an on-camera acting?
Oh, it's so much different. It's so much different in the sense that you kind of feel isolated when you do voiceovers because they put you in a booth, they lock the door behind you. No, they don't do that. But they put you in a booth and it kind of depends what kind of voiceover you do, but specifically for Sova and Valorant, there's
Hmm.
a thick kind of glass that separates you from the director and the writer and the kind of technician, and then over a mic, over your headphones, they just
Yeah.
give you directions of what to do, how to kind of think about the next line and how to try and approach it. And obviously, when you're on camera, of course, there's a whole thing of there are all these people behind a camera and you're supposed to ignore
Yeah.
that, but you're also at least have somebody else to work with. It's more,
Hmm.
before COVID times, the director will come up to you, take you to the side or talk to you a bit more private. And it was a lot more in person, which I think is one of the biggest differences. And aside from that, yeah, you kind of have to, for voiceover, you have to really have it all in your mind. You have to
Hmm.
really imagine everything in your mind's eye, as opposed to, again, if you're face to face, unless you're doing like blue screen or green screen stuff. If you're doing a scene with another partner or with other people around, you have that to work off. Uh,
Yeah.
Whereas with voiceover, maybe sometimes David, the director, would send me say some lines in my headphones, and I have to react after that, and then say the next line, so to speak.
And like you said, some things are very impromptu. So do you do this on a regular basis? Like, for example, we keep hearing new lines of Sova in the game, right?
Mm.
So like with every new patch or maybe with a new episode that launches a new act, we get to hear new voice lines from Sova. So is it on a regular basis that you do, or you just went once and you did everything?
No, so the first time after the audition, and all that, we went into the studio for about 4 hours, and then I think we did another 4 hours. We recorded all the initial lines they had, all the basic kind of story they had in mind, and everything. And then I think a couple of months later, after launch,
Hmm.
maybe a couple of 2 months after launch, they came back to us and said, we want to do the next episode or something like that. Can we get Aaron back in the booth? And then I came back for another 2-3 hours. And so far, it seems like uh, as time goes on, as they write their new episodes and new kind of like chapters, that's how the new lines are going to go in. They had no idea how they want to develop it from the beginning, so that's kind of how they're doing it. Um, and
Wow, interesting.
yeah, I love it. It's always great to go back into the booth with them, because they're just great. They're really fun to work with.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just saying that kind of the fact that they don't have the text or the lines prepared or all the lines prepared for all the episodes they have in mind, so they continue writing as it continues. And so they're probably gonna, they called me again after 2 months after launch, and I think they might do that again the next time they have something in mind for Sova to come in and kick some ass. But that's kind of how so far things have been done. Yeah, and I'm guessing they're also slowly going to bring new characters in and new agents, which, I mean, the new one looks pretty badass. Yoru was his name.
All right, all right. We are actually, yeah. Yoru has
Oh,
been released recently.
yeah. So it's
Yeah,
exciting to
yeah.
see what they got coming.
Yeah, we are excited too. I mean, we can't wait for new characters to be unveiled, every 2 months and see, what we have in store for them as well.
Hmm.
And Aaron, what we did was for our episode today, we got in touch with one of our Valorant professional player in India, and we introduced, we wanted him to come on the episode, have a chip chat with you because his main in Valorant is actually Sova. So we wanted him to be on board on the episode.
Has
So
nothing to
let
do
me.
with Sova. This guy is a professional in anything but Sova.
No, no, no. Trust me. Sova has 100% pick rate in the professional circuit. So I mean, that's one player that nobody wants to miss out on. So that's. So let me quickly introduce
Go on, do it.
you to Rite2Ace. He's a professional Valorant player from India. He's an ex CS:GO player. His name is Tejas. Hi, Tejas. Welcome to the show.
Yo guys, what's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
All good, Tejas. Thank you for being on the show today. So, Tejas, quickly, why don't you talk a bit about yourself to our audience?
Yeah, so I'm a professional gamer. I've been playing Counter-Strike past 10 to 15 years and past 7 years as professionally. But last year, 2020, I lost my motivation playing Counter-Strike. And suddenly I had a chance to experience the Valorant beta version. And I was like, just like I wanted something fresh in my life. And I think that was the game. And I'm loving it. Like I'm enjoying it a lot. Like I'm so much motivated to play the game and represent my country internationally and win some tournaments.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And Tejas, you play Sova, right? So we have Sova for you on the show.
Yes.
So any questions that you have for Sova?
I actually, rather than me, I today on Instagram I asked a couple of my like I made a story regarding I'm having a podcast slash interview with Aaron and you. And if you guys have some questions for Aaron, you can just DM me, and I have screenshotted some of the good questions which I want
Okay,
to
Sick.
ask him. But yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, sounds
we
great.
can go on with that.
Yeah, the stage is yours.
Okay, hold on. So The most common question was like, how did you end up with Riot, Valorant, and Sova? Like the main basic question which everyone was asking me. So I think that's the first question.
Okay, you mean how did I get to do the part? You mean?
Yes, the part for Sova.
Well, so the whole process was basically that they invited me over to do an audition into the production that does the recordings for Riot Games. And they had me basically there for about 2 hours with sample lines where they had me just with David, the director, and the technician and the writer again. And they just had me go through the lines while the director was kind of directing me if there was something that didn't fit him or more fit him, or we played around with some kind of emotion more than another one. And that went on for 2 hours where he just put me through my paces, and I was sweating by the end of it. He
Wow.
really got me going into like this idea of being some kind of Russian ninja. He really kind of wanted me to kind of absorb that sense of really honest and kind of emotionally connected to his other characters, and at the same time he's a hunter that nobody can mess with in any way. And he just had me going through it for 2 hours, and then I went away, and then they kind of I think at one point they said they decided not to go with me, but then they actually had me come back and do another two hours of another couple of lines because they kind of weren't sure whether I was the right voice or not. And I did those 2 hours as
Mhm.
well. And again, it was amazing. David was great to work with, and he just had a great energy. And I just let myself go with him. And then after that one, they were like, you know what, you're the guy, which was epic. And then I came back for another 2 sessions of 4 hours or something like that. And we just recorded all the rest of the lines. And yeah, that's kind of how I got the gig, which was epic.
That's good to hear. How many people did audition for the specific SOA agent?
Good question. I have no idea. No idea. I know they traveled and looked all over the world for all the different characters, obviously, because you've got all these international, and nationalities. But yeah, I have no idea. I just know that it was between me and another guy, and luckily for me, I got the gig. But how many more? I have no clue. I don't really know.
Cool.
Because I think I even heard David talk to Carolina on their podcast how he gets the director, he gets submissions, and he said he listens through all of them.
Yeah.
He listens through all of them, and I can only imagine how many he had to go through to find, I guess, a top 10 or top 20 to then actually meet up with and do one by one. But how many specifically, I have no clue.
Cool. Okay.
True that.
Should I get one more question?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, wait. I have it screenshotted. So this one is one of my close friends who has been following you on Instagram,
Okay.
and he told me to ask this question specifically.
Okay.
Have you finally bought a computer, and are you ready to destroy some players as promised? I think you were with Carolina on the stream. I think he was
Twitch,
Yeah. I wish
Burning question.
I'm probably gonna break some hearts here, but no, unfortunately, I have not yet bought a computer. And then I had somebody else send me a message the other day saying that they aren't gonna develop the game for Mac now decisively, or somebody has come out with it. So I was even more heartbroken personally, because yeah, I mean, I used to play so many online games, and I absolutely loved it. I used to play Counter-Strike when it first came out. I wasn't even as close as good as you, obviously, but I mean, I remember the first original game when it came out, and it was great. So I can't wait to play it. But sorry to disappoint, not just yet. Not just yet. By the way, I was going to ask you.
We need to sign a petition. We need to sign a petition for Aaron to get a PC as soon as possible. Yeah, that needs to go viral.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, first of all, is it Tejas, or do you want me to call you by your professional name?
No, anything is fine, to be honest. Like which
Rite2Ace?
Yeah, Rite2Ace is fine.
Rite2Ace? Mr.
No,
Tejas?
just Rite2Ace is fine.
Okay. So, because when I first saw the kind of footage of the game, the first thing that came into my mind was Counter-Strike. The first thing, like how similar it looked with the map, how similar it looked with kind of all the kind of different levels you can jump on, and the kind of even the shooting.
Yep.
So do you feel that it is similar to that? Is that what kind of like you found easier for you to transition to something that kind of was similar to Counter-Strike but different, fresh enough?
Oh yes, 100% agreed. So as I told you, I lost my motivation playing Counter Strike Global Offensive (CS:GO), and this game was basically developed by ex 1.6 professional players, like with help of Riot. Basically, it's 3D Volcano. He's like a map maker. He's also a game developer. He was part of the development for Valorant. I think it was called Project A back then, like the alpha version. And yeah, it is inspired by Counter Strike, but with unique agents and their abilities, and that's the most fun part because it cannot be predictable. Every round can be anything, because of the agents' ability, the ultimates. So that was something freshness. With Counter Strike, basically the tactical thing of Counter Strike, FPS shooting. So yeah, it's based on Counter Strike, but with some unique things.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's obvious, but I'd never met somebody like yourself yet, so that's why I was curious to ask.
Yeah.
And how
No, it's actually.
Go on.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's actually the truth, right? When you play Counter Strike for a long period of time, then you come to know that there are things that you can predict in Counter Strike.
Yeah.
And it becomes more of a strategy and just fixing your aim in that game. But with Valorant, actually, it's something that you can't really predict. Like every round can be a very different round for you.
Right.
One wrong ability you use can actually cost your team a round. So like there are so many things, like there are so many mixed
possibilities.
Yeah. That's like, I think the game is still so fresh that people are still figuring it out. What's the best way to play a map, and actually there's no single best way to actually play a map.
And it's like to find the best comfort for your team. That's the thing. Like we find the best comfort for your team.
What do you mean by comfort?
Like your comfort zone, basically your team's comfort zone. So that should work for you rather than like trying to copy someone, or like you have some general meta going on. Like people have been following certain strategies like a base, but people tried as a team. We should find your own comfort zone. So yeah, you can play on your 100%.
I have to be honest. I kind of looked at a couple of your videos, Tejas.
Oh really?
And yeah, of course. I mean, of course, I wanted to see what your skills were like. So I kind of like, now that I've spoken to Average Jonas as well before, and kind of like his style is so different than yours, for example, from what I could see. From his kind of use of the bow, he went more higher up, whereas when I see you're using something through the window or something like that. So it was cool to see that you both had such different ways of going about
different styles, you can see.
Yeah. And then also I can imagine like it depends on which characters you have with you and how you work with each other, depending on what kind of like capabilities you have. It's crazy.
Correct. And I think at the start of the interview, Anurag told about Sova being the 100% pick rate. So right now, to be honest, Sova is the best agent in like the top tier professional scene because of the abilities and the support he can give to the team. That's why he's still the best agent in the game right now.
Right, cool. And wait, so what if you don't mind me asking, what was, and to both of you, I guess, do you get to play him, Anurag? Do you play Sova?
I play Sova in Icebox. So the new map, Icebox, I play Sova in Icebox, but I main Phoenix.
Right. Okay. So I guess I can ask you that question as well, but to both of you, what drew you to the characters? Like, why did you decide to go for Phoenix main, and why did you decide to go for Sova main?
Oh, okay. So I will answer the question first. So when the game came out in the so when the game came out in the beta, I think Sage was, you can say, the most powerful sentinel in the game, and as you can see, the 100% pick rate back then. And I was playing Sage for my team because I'm, you can say, sort of a support player for my team, not the entry fragger or the star player. You can say the backbone, or someone who can my team can rely on the clutch situations. The one on threes, the
Yeah.
something in the later part of the round. So I
Okay.
started maining Sage, and as soon as people saw it, so like you can say not broken, but so much powerful. Like Rad kept on nerfing her with every patch, and she became kind of useless. You can say like in the when the game launched, actually no one was playing Sage because she went out of the meta because of the nerf they got
How much they
into the
nerfed her?
patches. Yeah, so much patches. And then I think back then people didn't knew the power Sova had as an agent because everyone was new to the game, and only couple of good players played Sova.
Mm,
And then people got to know the importance of the Sova initiator, like his recon bolt, his ultimate, his shock darts, the drone. Like you can get so many visions, you can clear so many angles and everything
mm.
at a top level. And then in my team, I think I was the one to take that role because I'm the one who is helping my team, helping the support, helping the duelists, the interfraggers. So that's how I came to be the Sova main.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess that's the main ingredient, right? When it comes to Sova, I guess as a player, because you need to gather information. This game is all about getting the right information at the right time, and Sova is one player who can get you information from any side of the map, any part of the map. And that's why even like I don't play Sova much, but on one map on Icebox is when I pick Sova, because that's the map where you have so many corners, you have so many hideouts, that if you play Sova you can actually figure out where your enemies are. And
that's so
that's
cool.
why that's why Sova is 100% pick across all professional scenes.
Wow.
And with us amateurs also, we also try to play Sova and try to figure out which positions are the best. We look at gameplays from Tejas. We look at gameplays from Average Jonas. We look at their gameplays and try to figure out, okay, which one is the best way to shoot where from where we can get the best,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
recon dart and all those
yeah.
things. So that's I guess the main reason why Sova is getting picked a lot.
I
Uh,
kind of like I really appreciate that because when we were working on the voice and when the director David was kind of like putting me in the zone because he would usually like talk to me over the headphones and kind of like you're this, you're that, you are there to give your all for your teammates and you're there to sacrifice and you'll take all the bullets just to save his life, or her life or the other characters. You're there to do. So I'm so glad that that is how you play with him and how he's perceived as a character. Obviously, it's just that he's there to support his team and never give up, and he's always there to support and push everybody forward, which is so cool to hear you say, which is awesome. How
That's
about
good
you?
to
So
hear.
why Phoenix?
I play Phoenix because I love flashes. So
Wait,
and
you like what?
I'm
Sorry, I didn't
basically
hear
the
that.
entry. So I love flashes,
Oh, flash.
and when the game started, Phoenix was one of the strong players to have a very good, like use of flashes. He can use flashes very well, and he was an anti-fragger, and that was what I was playing for my team back then.
Hmm.
So that's why I picked it up, and somewhere I liked the whole vibe with Phoenix, so that's how I got into Phoenix. I'm actually trying to get in touch with him. If I would definitely love to have him on the episode as well.
Right.
So trying to get in touch with him as well. But
I,
yeah,
I
fingers crossed.
I remember telling, was it Carolina or somebody? I really, when it first only launched, the game only launched, and there was that obviously that first kind of like animatics that came out with him, and kind of
Yeah,
Yes.
after running after Jet, was it right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
yeah, yeah.
I was just like, this guy's dope. He's so fucking cool, with his fire. And then I went to record another episode, and then he was the next one after me in the booth. And I just went in the toilet and I was like, I knew who was coming. I was like
Oh,
excited to see him or meet him at least. And I just came out of the toilet and I saw his back, saw the back of his head as he was going to the next, like into the next
okay.
recording. I was like, no, I just wanted to say hello. And then obviously I never get a chance. So I'm sorry, I can't help you with getting him on your podcast, but I know what his back looks like, if that helps. Um,
No, I'll definitely get Afolabi on a show soon. I mean, that's one of the aim. But tell me, Aaron, if not Sova, let's say if you were not playing Sova,
Mm.
which game character would you have loved to play?
Well, I definitely, what's his name? Yoru. I mean, again, this is just because I haven't played any of them yet, and so far I've only
Hmm.
really communicated with, I mean, you guys and Average Jonas, so it's all Sova related. But from what I could see online, like Yoru just looks badass. He just looks. I like all the times I'd played online, I really enjoyed being able to trick people or like to anticipate a step
Hmm.
ahead of other people and knowing like, okay, I know what what a regular attack looks like. I know they're going to come from here. If I set myself from around, I can just adjust myself to it. So I love the fact that he has the steps, the secret steps, or that you can trick somebody to thinking that you're about to come, and they basically show themselves and then use that. I love the flash. I love the fact that you can like
Yeah.
show up from somewhere, out of nowhere, just like bang, I'm here, bitches, boom, 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 or whatever. It just seems like he's got
Yeah.
some really fun like abilities. Yeah, and that video, that second animatic with him, oof, just looks
Yeah, with
crazy.
Phoenix and Jet, yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah, yeah,
three of them together. So I
yeah.
think this answers a question which I was supposed to ask. Is the
Okay.
voice actor really like Sova in real life? Big brain Sova main. So something like that. I got the answer from this
Oh
statement you
no! Well,
gave.
you don't. No, 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 no. I do love. I'm still gonna put Silver first, though. Obviously, he's my pride. I can't put him down. Never. But if it wasn't Sova, then probably Yoru.
That's good. That's good.
But tell me, Aaron. So Sova in real and Aaron in real life.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
So
And
different.
and what's the similarity?
Well, first of all, I have both of my eyes. Second of all, I wish I had all the gadgets that he has because those look cool. Um, yeah, I always joke about this idea of like, you guys get to know me now, and obviously, but people who maybe don't watch the podcast or don't necessarily look up, but they only played a video game. And let's say, fingers crossed, one day we're going to show up, in Comic Con in India or something like that. I'm going to be so different. They expect this like long, tall Russian dude. And I'm just be like, hi, guys, how's it going? The complete opposite. So I'm definitely. What is the similar? I think there's truth. I think I'm very similar in him that friendship is a big part of me, and loyalty is a big part of me. I think those things are very close to me. Maybe that's why it was easier for me to portray those parts, and kind of like, yeah, not giving up is also very, very much part of me. I don't know if it's stubborn or if it's just somebody who, is committed and continues. But I think those are the main three things I would say are very similar to me. And the rest, I'm so different. I'd rather sit on my couch than do all the running that he does, or.
Do we have any other questions, Tejas, from the community?
Let's see. Um, so yeah, actually he answered the question already. Which other agent would you have given your voice? So Yoru.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, my voice. My voice. What are the characters? Let me see. I'm just using this cheat. Brimstone, Cypher, Jet, Kill, Omen, Phoenix, Sky, Sova, Viper, Euro. Yeah, I'll go with Euro. I'll go with Euro.
What was your favorite Sova line? I think you must have been gotten this question a lot.
What do you think it is?
For me, I like shock dart because the thing is, when you get a shock dart kill, right? It's so satisfying in the game.
Because you have to do it twice, right? Because you have to get two darts over.
It actually depends on the enemy's health. So if he's already lower, so you can get him in one shock dart. So it's basically, oh my god, sorry, 80 or 90 damage. I forgot 80 damage. So if it lands perfectly, so 80
Wow.
damage. But yeah, so two shock darts for a perfect kill if it lands perfectly. But if enemy is already lower health, you can get him in one shock dart also. It's not like
Right,
that.
right,
But when
right.
you get that shock dart, and when the kill feed shows shock dart, it's like the most satisfying thing for me.
Shock dart.
Yeah. Okay, wait. I
So
have one. I have
can
one surprise. Hold on.
okay, all right.
Oh man, if you're gonna show me those shoes, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna not cry. I'm just gonna
Okay, you guessed it. You guessed
show me,
it.
show me, show me, show me. I saw your video, man. I
Everyone
saw you
listening out
show it.
there, everyone listening out there, go on our YouTube channel, check out this video. You don't want to miss this one.
No, this is epic. This is so cool. Tejas, you need to explain to me how this happened.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh my God, they're beautiful.
Wow.
They're so cool.
Wow,
Oh.
this is next level.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
are you gonna wear them or just gonna be on on one of yourselves? What are
no, I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna
Good,
show off.
good, good, good.
So this guy on Instagram, Diligent Customs, is an Indian guy. He hand painted everything, and he saw me like I'm the Sova main, and everyone in the country thinks I'm the best Sova player. So he's like, okay, I gift you one, and yeah, that's how it went.
Wow. So
Amazing.
that's crazy. That's so nice of him, and that's so
Yes,
cool. Well, congratulations, man. I bet you look fucking awesome in those. Those look sick.
Thank you. Yeah, style points.
Tejas, to everyone listening out there, can you just explain what just happened? Because I'm sure people would definitely go on YouTube and check out the video, but people who are listening to us, can you just explain quickly what just happened?
Okay, so I've been playing Sova for my team, and people consider me as one of the best Sova players in the country. So I got this custom shoes painted with Sova and Valorant theme and logo, everything. And yeah, I got them as, you can say, a present for my time playing Sova. So yeah, I'm proud of it.
That's very
They
impressive.
look killer,
cool.
man. They look badass.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Can you show me the painting of Sova, just to see it from
yes,
closer up?
one sec. It's, I think, on this.
Damn.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah.
You have a similar jawline for sure.
I appreciate it. I was gonna try and do it.
That
is
looks
crazy.
sick. That looks sick.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tejas, for showing that, and I'm sure Aaron would have loved that.
Yeah, definitely. But what we were gonna say something else just before that came out. What were we talking about just a moment before?
We were talking about your favorite line. So I have this idea in my mind. We can do something like this. So Aaron, you can say a line of Sova that you like, that you want Tejas to replicate, and Tejas will try to replicate that, mimic you in the best possible way that he can. So let's do a few lines. Let's do a showdown. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god, I'm nervous.
So, are you ready, Tejas?
Not really.
All right. So let's start with easy. It's shock dart. Not shock dart. Sorry. It's I'm the hunter.
I'm the hunter.
Okay. And now let's see. How about what is it? Babushka always told me not to brag, but for this, I make an exception.
Oh my god, Babushka is your like grandmother, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, can you slow down a bit?
Wait, let me see. Let me just quickly check out if that's the right line.
Wait.
I don't
Okay,
remember.
I need to Google.
Yeah, we need to be
Yeah,
prepared.
that's the correct line, I guess. My babushka.
Which one do you like? Did you say? Anurag.
Yeah.
What was your? I didn't hear you. What did you say? What was your favorite line?
No, I was just trying to mimic that. I was just trying. My babushka told me not to brag, but for you, I'll make an exception.
That's not bad. Let me see, babushka. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's my babushka told me not to brag,
Where is it?
but for this, I make an exception.
Could you find it?
Find what?
One sec. Tejas, could you find it? The lines? Were you looking at them?
Oh, I found it on YouTube.
Oh
Like
man,
there's
my
a
my my
big
internet
5 minutes 5 minute
sucks.
video.
But yeah, I guess that's the line. That's the line for sure. So
I'm
Tejas,
back.
it's
Sorry,
your
I think
turn.
I think my internet
Uh,
just glitched.
my line, like which line I like.
Hello?
Yeah, no, this one. You need to replicate that.
Okay, I will try my best. Oh my god. My
Sorry guys, I'm
babushka told
completely
me
lost.
not
What's
to brag,
happening?
but for
Where are
this
we
I
at? Who's
make an
doing what?
exception.
Crazy. But thank you so much, Tejas, for being on the show today. And we'll continue the episode with Aaron. For all of that, thank you so much, Tejas. Thank you for representing the Indian gaming community.
Thank you for having me. Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye guys.
Cool. So, guys, that was Tejas Rite2Ace from Team Mahi, representing the Indian gaming community for Valorant on the episode. So,
Nope.
thank you again, Tejas, for being on the show today. So, getting back, Aaron, how was the whole interaction with Tejas?
Yeah, it was great. It was fun. I mean, I'm really honored that there are people like Tejas out there playing this character and having so much fun and just kicking ass. I mean, I'm a big fan of this growing industry, and yeah, I'd love to see him do only better and better. You know,
Well, thank you so much for your wishes, Aaron.
of course.
And so Aaron, coming back to a very important topic, like you
Mm,
said, that you wish him well to do in this industry.
yeah.
So when we talk about voice acting, when we talk about acting as a viable career
Mm,
for any upcoming artist or any upcoming talent
right.
who would like to showcase their talent and try their luck in this industry, what sort of tips do you have for the newcomers, the upcoming aspirants?
Sorry, my and I'm back. Sorry about that. Um,
No problem.
yeah. So what? So the thing is, what I found out with doing this kind of like experience with David and the rest is to really um, trust whoever you're working with, and trust the director you're working with, or even if it's not, because voiceover is such a big industry. It's not necessarily just video games. Voiceovers can be for your commercial, it can be for a radio thing, it can be for so many different things. And if speaking specifically for the video game thing that I just had, at Valorant, then definitely trust. Trust the person you're opposite with. Be able to like give him your all, and I've had enough experiences myself where I just felt a bit self-conscious, thinking about things too much, worrying about things, not feeling too sure whether somebody else will like the way I did a line, or if it's going to sound good. But in the end, you kind of got to put that to the side and just really trust the person you're working with, and that you're both there in the same kind of boat and trying to make this project the best possible, project that you can do. So I'd say that's one of my important kind of like, hints or tips. Um,
Mhm.
what else can I say? Um, yeah, I mean, so I'll just tell you how I got into this voiceover in general, and maybe that will give some people like an insight on how it's done.
Yeah.
Um, so after
Mhm.
drama school, we recorded like a small thing in drama school, like a voice reel, which was okay, which was good to begin with. But I definitely decided after a while that I wanted to invest into a better voice reel. Now, voice reel can be, you recording different commercials in your voice. It can be a commercial for a car, for
Mhm.
deodorant, for all those things, and then you record 5 of them. You have them as like one. voice reel, and then you can have voice reel for video games. Then you do characters for video games. So I had like a voice reel that also had characters for video games. That's the Russian accent, the Hebrew accent, the English accent, American accent. That's another voice reel. And then you can have another one for narration. So I really invested into having something
Mhm.
that I felt was good like that. And once I had that, I sent it to agents here in the UK, and from there I got my agent.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I got to having an agent to represent me in voice stuff, voiceovers. And from there on in, it's kind of like the job of the voice agent to kind of send stuff your way in auditions. And if it's a video game, give you that opportunity, then, you're lucky enough that it comes your way. Um, I think it's very different than acting, because in acting, there's a lot of proactive things. And I'm sure there are also proactive things you can do for voiceover, but I myself haven't. I've mostly sustained myself or based myself off of what my voiceover agent does. So that's kind
Mhm.
of how I got most of my gigs and even this video game. So kind of, yeah, with I guess it's not a tip, but for anyone wondering how they could get into this industry, it's definitely that's how it worked for me. I think reading out stuff for yourself can be very helpful. Trying to develop some kind of like voice that you think would be that you find, your
Mhm.
own voice, obviously, but also just being able to read a book out loud and developing how you're going to narrate that properly, or finding ways to get a script for a commercial and understand how, or listen to a commercial and understand how the person narrated that. There are all kinds of different, whether it's a commercial that sells, I don't know, cars, is going to be a lot more deeper, obviously, and kind of like
Yeah.
confident. Or if it's going to be like something in a $1 store, it's going to be like, hey, come back to my $1 store, and all that kind of stuff. So kind of find and learn the differences, and maybe that will help you also build your own kind of vocal um, library, I guess.
Mhm.
Does that help? I don't. That's kind of.
No, that's a very good thought, I guess. To create that sort of a library in your mind as well as in your portfolio, because I guess as a voice actor, people would love to hear that.
Mm.
And in fact, during my conversation with David Mencken, whom I recently interviewed, even I asked him this question, and he also had his own views on that, and your views a bit. You have your own experiences, you're sharing your views, and he has his own experiences, he shared his views, and that's what I want to bring out in the episode as well,
Do you
because
remember what he said? Just out of
I don't
curiosity.
I don't remember exactly what he said, but
Okay.
what he told was that for you need to make sure that you're practicing, right? So he gave a bit of vocal exercises.
Mm.
So that was one of the tips that he gave to new aspirants, that whenever you are planning to do a voice line, do some exercises, and when you're doing some loud voices, how you should make sure that you are not hurting yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so these are the small things that I remember.
So there's definitely like that aspect of, for example, shouting. We'd have that at the end of the session usually, because everybody knows that even if you're doing that in a proper way, and you do need to know how to do that in a proper way, it still puts a strain on your vocal folds. So we've left that at the end, and then that's what we would end in a bang, so to speak. But one of the other things that David, the director, had actually told me, which I learned from him, which was that a lot of the lines I did for Sova were like, we kind of got to this idea of like baring my teeth or showing my teeth. That kind of like, everything I say comes from this kind of. It's not that's a bit, maybe a bit more darker, but that kind of like intense kind of like, I am coming to hunt you, and it's just like showing. It already changes if I were to say I'm coming to hunt you. I'm coming to hunt you. It already changes how you pronounce things in your mouth. And the same thing, he said, kind of certain things can be said with a smile. And I remember even using this for my other voiceover jobs that were more
Mhm.
commercial or stuff like that, that need to be a bit more positive or a bit more like nicer in attitude. Then everything needs to be said like this, and it already puts across a much nicer. So that's two tips, I guess, that you can keep in mind. And if you use that as a springboard to think of what other kind of things you can do to change how you deliver a line according to what you do with your mouth. It's I bet that's such a great kind of like opportunity to play with.
So true. No, that's fantastic, and I'm sure people who are listening out there who are planning to make a go for this career,
Mm.
they're planning to aim for this career. I'm sure they'll get a lot of good ideas from our talk here. So, Aaron, quickly, anything on the Kingsman? Is it going to release this year?
I have no idea, man. It's been postponed now for more than a year, so I have no clue. It was supposed to. The original date was February the 14th, which we're coming up to now. So I guess just about a year. I just want it to come out. I really want to see the film. So no idea.
Me
It
too.
just was that.
I'm saying me too. I mean, everybody is
Oh.
waiting for that movie to come out.
Yeah, I know, and it's just you really have no idea now with the whole pandemic or epidemic when they're going to release it, if they think it's valuable enough, to put it out now or not. So the sooner the better for me, because I can't. I've seen a little bit when I did like a voiceover for it, and it just looked epic. So I can't wait to see what the final kind of film looks like. Really can't.
And any other upcoming projects that you're working on? Anything that you can share with the community here?
I'm now quarantining. So part of the whole, new system is that you have to quarantine before you go on set. So I'm quarantining now from today for a week before I go on
Okay.
set to film another film, which I am not quite sure what I'm allowed to say, but I'm gonna say it's about Tetris. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, people might think it's blocks coming from the sky. It's nothing like that.
Okay.
It's a kind of like it's from the same director who did Ali and Stan, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a kind of a story based on truth on how Tetris became what it became. And
Oh,
yeah, um, yeah. I don't know what else I'm allowed to say, but I'm keep it at that.
all right. So we'll maintain that air of mystery around this. But
Isn't
thank
that
you.
what they all do? Isn't that how they always
Yeah,
do their things?
everybody.
Oh, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
this and that, and the rest I can tell you.
So, Aaron, last question before we wrap up the episode.
Sure.
Uh, Coming from the TV miniseries Moon Hill to now Kingsman, the whole journey, right, throughout these years from 2001, I guess, since
Mm.
2001 till 2021. What's that one thing you would like to say to the younger Aaron back in 2001? What is that one piece of advice or anything that you would like to say to your younger self?
Um, I would say keep doing things your way. Like don't let other people's opinions or thought affect how you approach the things. Um, Yeah, I think that's something I've personally done to a certain degree, to the right and left. So I've had more people affect my opinion and less people affect my opinion. But from that experience, I think, you know, if you feel that you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing, then keep going at it. And don't let other people's opinions or thoughts or naysayers hold you back.
No, thank you so much, Aaron. That's I guess one piece of advice that everybody out there should listen to and keep that in mind. That at the end of the day, it's you who's gonna be with yourself for the rest of your life. So do
Mm,
something for yourself. Do something on your own terms.
yeah,
So
exactly.
love that, love that. Thank you so much, Aaron, for being on the Socially
Thanks
Desi
for
show.
having me, man.
It was like the whole episode was so full of energy, and I really loved it. I'm sure I'm sure everybody listening out there watching us would have loved it as well. So
Well, it's
thank you
my
so
pleasure,
much.
man. Thanks for having me. It's been really fun just talking to you and obviously to the pro we had before. Uh,
Love it, love it. Thank you so
Great.
much.